Hi Virgo, here is a general look at your solar chart for May 2012 and Neptune. I want to mention Neptune before I get into the transits going on this month. Neptune has begun its very long transit through your opposite sign Pisces, so you early Virgos could be feeling a slight lack of focus or uncertainty about a partner or others in that you're in relationship with, or maybe you're putting somebody on a pedestal, maybe you're idealizing somebody, and that either way might be unrealistic, because Neptune is a very slippery fish, and it's not about this reality really. So it's particularly affecting very early Virgos just born in the first 5 days, maybe up to 5 days. So there could be lingering doubts about how someone really is, or where they're coming from, or about their true intentions, or it might be that you feel duped by someone. Just wires tend to get crossed during this one, and so I just thought it was worth a mention really. So just take more time to make sure things are clear between whoever and whoever. Avoid putting those on the pedestal, or definitely avoid letting them lean on you too much, and also avoid giving away your power at this time, Virgo. Another way this can work is actually escapism kind of creeps in, and you sort of, or maybe it's escapism coming in and it's a kind of now you see and now you don't, where are they, where have they gone, weren't we supposed to meet at this time with someone else? And this is, anyway, these are the kinds of ways that this can be working with Neptune in the early part of your opposite sign Pisces, affecting you early Virgos in particular. Now this month, May, well, the Sun has entered a really adventurous, expansive area of your solar chart, which tends to encourage more opportunity to just kind of get away and get your mind off the small stuff and just get the overview, join up the dots. You may have itchy feet, it may be physically that you can get away. You'll have increased opportunities probably this month to escape the daily grind and get into a new kind of environment, change your surroundings, and that helps you get things in perspective. You may be full of ideas and plans in May as well, and you're feeling more enthusiastic. You're drawn to launch into this or that or the other, and if it's a certain project, that will trigger quite a learning curve maybe, because this is an area where you can be learning new things. It could be a good time then to take a break, or get into an area of interest, or something that's ongoing maybe. Also there's a communicative sector, so put the word out to more people or across a wider stage or in a different kind of a way, whatever that word is for you, because this is a time not only when you can learn, but also you can share what you know with others very well and be the advisor, the teacher to others. So however it is for you, you're more likely to access a place outwardly or inwardly, or both, where you can zoom out and get the bigger picture and refresh your mind and spirit. Now authority figures will tend to see you in a good light as well at this time, because of where Venus is currently in your solar chart. Venus is in an area to do with bureaucracy, to do with those sort of officialdom, that kind of thing. And also to do with parents as well, and we'll be there for quite a long time. She'll be there until August. So those in positions of power, or those who you look up to in some way, could actually be supportive and possibly invaluable in some way to your success, or just forming a bridge. Somebody, maybe it's a female, because this energy of Venus is very female. It doesn't absolutely have to be, but it tends more towards the female. Somebody female could be very much a facilitator for you to be able to get to where you want to go in life, you see. And someone could play a supportive role to your making a move in the right direction related to career, in a professional sense, or into just creating a good impression in the right place, the people with the right people in the right places at the right time. Some of you may have more positive interaction, as I say, with parents or guardians at this time. Now, until the 9th, discussions and ideas may be more involved. You're closer to your emotions, you're kind of more inward mentally until the 9th, even though these other energies are happening. But you'll probably be able to take them on more after the 9th. So you may be looking into the financial aspects of something, or looking at something to do with property. Maybe it's finances and property that isn't you haven't got complete say over. Maybe it's sort of partly reliant on somebody else's input. And perhaps at this time you could be taking confidential advice or having a heart-to-heart talk, sensing more than thinking really at times, because very much your intuitive knowing is strongly activated, and your emotions could be more intense. Something could touch you quite deeply at this time, or on the flip side, it's probably easier for someone to push your buttons and to just irritate you at this time as well. So really the Mercury energy wants you to turn inwards, wants you to be introspective and looking at your own stuff, and the irritation might come from somebody else stepping on your boundaries. But it also might be that there is something which is regularly a preoccupation, which hurts you, in fact, emotionally, which maybe at this time you have to learn to let go, because, as a matter of fact, Mercury is in an area to do with letting go. And letting go so that new life can sprout out and you can move on. So it can be happening in various ways, but because intuition's working and inner wisdom's working and guidance is working, then just trust your gut and perhaps avoid, going down the same old hole on the road. And anything that things that you have to share with another or have a joint interest in with another is going to be highlighted at this time. Another way it can work is that it's a great time for planning a strategy, a game plan, mapping something out, plotting and planning for the future. Also, another way it can work is that you may be getting into the psychological side of things. And maybe that's more a deeper knowledge of yourself or a deeper knowledge of somebody else. Now then, between the 9th and the 21st, Mercury is giving you the urge to cast your nets wider and pull in information from a sort of wider area, or from someone who is very expert in their field and knows what they're talking about. Or maybe it's going to work that you have contacts which are further afield, to do with, distant lands, or maybe it's just at a distance. And you're exchanging with those who have an area of knowledge or interest that can benefit you or give you a very different slant on things. Mercury enjoys this communicative sector very much, and it could be about education, either you as the student or you as the teacher, you as the advisor. It doesn't have to be like formal teaching, and travel, as I said. And it's a good moment to beat the drum on something, Virgo, to put the word out there, and just let others know what you think. Or maybe it's about something that you're promoting, perhaps. And some of you may be having to look into the legal side of things at this time, just know what your rights are in some way, and it's a good time also to be taking yourself out of your normal rut. So through reading, or through writing, or through traveling, or through just visiting, just getting out of the normal, and that could be just what the doctor ordered. Mars, of course, you may know, has been in your sign for several months and will continue to be there until July. So overall, you will have the clarity and energy you need to deal with whatever comes your way, and that means also you won't be backwards and coming forwards with getting the ball rolling on things which need you to seize the day and be proactive and decisive, whether you're in the mood or not. This is a strange way it works, so you just have to be the one that initiates and makes decisions, whether you're feeling like it or not. This is your opportunity to get with whatever program you need to improve yourself on all levels, or to improve things for yourself on, I say all levels, but the levels that you need anyway. Mars doesn't like hanging around. It's a very feisty, strong, sort of adrenaline energy. So you shouldn't procrastinate once you've thought something through. That's it, right, that's what I'm going to do. Impatience and hasty actions, though, is Mars' weaker side. So just watch your step there. Don't trip over your own shoelaces as you go forwards. And don't try to say, okay, all cured, all better, before you really are. In general, this long transit of Mars inclines you to be most decisive about things which may have been up in the air or uncertain, particularly in last October or some of November. Mars is about initiating new beginnings, so now you will be more dynamic and physically active and get on with what you know you need to do for yourself. It's all about you. And it's only going to be there till July. So, take this opportunity. But you might have to bite the bullet and really force yourself sometimes. Over these months you can get a huge amount accomplished, though. And you look over your shoulder and say, wow, look what I did there. Did I really do all that? And you might have to be bold and courageous sometimes, because that's and others might not realize how bold and courageous you're being. Some of you could be taking up a new health exercise regime, or get plunged into situations where you just have to think on your feet, demands physical effort from you, dynamism from you, get you working harder. In general, Mars in your sign will bring more hustle and bustle around you, which could be perhaps a bit more male dominated. It was very physically active anyway. Action orientated, but physical. It tends to be physical, and at least you feel the demand. At least you're likely to feel the demand on your time and vitality, even when you really rather prefer to just put your feet up. And by the end of the transit, you should have cleared some clutter, got the ball rolling on certain things, and be ready for the next chapter in your life. And that will be in July. Now, that's not going to be, of course, with everything, but that will be with certain things. This Mars transit is very extraordinary. It doesn't usually behave this way, and it happens to be a very long time in your sign, Virgo, so make the most of it. But remember, don't let him start to sort of run you ragged and drive you, harder than you should. So you're the one in control here. From the 21st, you will be taking your worldly responsibilities more seriously. So, similar, but other planetary activities will colour that in a different kind of a way. Now here, I've been speaking about the faster moving inner planets, but you need to set this against the slower moving outer planets, which, if you're not on my website already, you will find written up there, and just match the two together. And also, you might like to find the forecast for your rising sign or your moon sign, and it'll add to or subtract from what I've said here. And I hope this helps, and I'll see you the next time.